Welcome back to Men Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on our lovely little island of Fawnhollow today? As get into it. What's been going on today? I suppose new series has come out. Tangle Tower. The art time lapse has been uploaded about an hour ago. I completely forgot, so I just sent out a tweet just now about it. Is all my uploads very strictly regimented, you know. Something at 6 p.m, something at midnight, and Animal Crossing at midnight. And if I have a art time lapse, it's 3 p.m. earlier that day. Anyway, hello everyone. Right now on Fawnhallow, it's 4:20 p.m. Wow, on Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. The horoscope thing, sorry, that's childish on me. Immature. Something. What's that quote? Oh, maybe it was childish. I don't know. There's something that Northern Lion always says, but I don't remember it. So let's try not paraphrase it. You know, make your own mark. So yes, we got a song which we haven't got for ages. KK Samba. We got Audie, Rambler, the Whirlwind. What are you up to? I know you're always out there, you know, being your best self and stuff, but I kind of worry you're working too hard, Rambler. Sometimes you gotta take a break. Your life coach, Audie. Honestly, good advice, Audie. But yeah, I was gonna be like, oh, what's going on, you know, today in the world? And I mean, there's like lots of stuff going on. You know, we've got the royal family stuff with Meghan and Harry, right? Having that interview with, I can't remember who it was with, Oprah maybe. And it's all going down about the British royal family business. What's my view on it? I don't know. I don't really pay much attention to royal family, nor do I think I'm a very good person to ask. Nor do I mean, not sound like rude. I don't know if I care that much. I mean, I care obviously that because she's being horribly mistreated and that sort of thing. But like I mean about like the daily life of royal family, that sort of thing. More about I care about them in the sense of I care for any other random family, I suppose. But that's overly negative, and I suppose this isn't really the place to discuss that sort of thing. But, I don't know. There's a pretty terrible situation all around to be in. It's just like, I can't... Honestly, it feels like a parody of real life sometimes. Anyway, what else is going on? We've got that whole NFT thing with art. Well, you might ask, what is that? And like, all I can say is, I don't really understand it. Is someone like using art as cryptocurrency? And then Banksy made something and it sold for like 3 billion or something. I might have remembered that wrong, but I mean, not to say that Banksy art doesn't sell for a lot, but it's something like you're using the rights to artwork as cryptocurrency, which is just bizarre. But apparently, some revelations have been made recently that you can end up stealing other people's arts through this weird NFT thing. At least that's something I've been seeing on some of my art Twitter, is that you can tag this other like Twitter account onto anyone's like image posts, and then it becomes like a cryptocurrency NFT thing, whatever it is, which you can now trade on that market or whatever, despite that artist never consenting to it. So you know, that's more than negative news. Apparently I'm only going to talk about negative things today, which is not really my sort of vibe I go for a lot of the time. I feel like I try to be more wholesome. Well, not wholesome, but it's like, you know, I don't come to Animal Crossing to think about sad world situations. This is like a break from it, and then, you know, you go back to it afterwards and deal with it then, you know. As Audie says, you gotta have a break every once in a while. So that's what Animal Crossing is, and that's what it's going to be. So, you know, what about good news? You know, and I went to go pick up some medicine today from the pharmacist or the chemist, whatever you might call it. I don't really know the difference between the two, nor the origins. I mean, I suppose chemist kind of implies a lot more chemistry going on, which is not really... Well, I mean, not to say that pharmacists aren't probably well-versed in chemistry. They're probably, like, super well-versed in chemistry. They kind of need to, right? Need to be, right? But still, I don't know. I suppose when... if you think of chemist in relation to the word chemistry, you might think of, like, alchemist. Which I don't know where we say it like alchemist instead of alchemist. Or why don't we say chemist as chemist? Questions we just don't have answers to. Yeah, but we picked up some medicine. Was it fine? Yeah, it was delightfully uneventful. You know, turned out to be a pharmacist. There was someone already in there. I just waited outside and waited for him to leave. Then I went in. I was like, "Oh, can I pick up some prescription for me?" For me, insert my name here. And then they're like, "Sure." And then I picked it up and left. Oh, fretting to and I mean. Obviously, I'm not going to have... For one, where are all these like manila clams or computer parts on the beach? Apparently they don't exist anymore. It can't be it can't be we have too many things on the beach. It might be I'm just walking too fast and I'm running away from them when they're spawning. I mean, like, of course I'm not going to have any real life anecdotes or anything to really talk about. We're in lockdown, kind of, still. I think it's easing up a bit, like schools are starting to reopen right now or something in the UK, or soon, which is, heard that before. But we'll see how that goes, and that's more depressing talk, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know, it's fine, it's always like that, all of these, like, interactions, like things like picking up medicine, I don't know, going to the shops, buying something, but they're just fine. That's how they should be, I'm sure some people out there are under the impression that, when I go to the shops, I want to strike up a conversation with the cashier, I want to, exchange pleasantries and talk about my weekend or that sort of thing. I'm just like, I'm going to turn up, I'm going to, of course, greet you, you're going to greet me, and you're going to ask what you want, and I'm going to tell you what I want, and then that's going to be like it. We'll exchange transactionally, if need be, and do whatever. Exchange goods and services that I might be purchasing, or selling, I suppose, if I'm going to a pawn shop or something, and then from there, that's it. I'll be like, thank you very much, have a nice day, and then I'll be like, thank you, goodbye, and then I'll leave, It doesn't need to get more than that. I'm not, as much as I like people, and, learning about people, and likes and dislikes and that sort of thing, it makes it sound kind of creepy when I phrase it like that, but, I'm trying to phrase it in a way that I'm just like, I like to be social, but I'm not extroverted, Because if I'm just like, I'm a social butterfly, that's wrong. Or I was like, I like to hang out with people, sometimes. I like to meet people, I suppose. Is that sort of thing. But, I can't do it all the time. But, the cashier, the pharmacy, the supermarket, it's not really the place for that, They're just here to do their job, I'm just here to pick up something or whatever, It doesn't need to be much more on a transactional basis, I'm not looking for someone to give me, like, wow, the greatest experience of a store clerk in my life. I'm just looking for consistent, neutral interactions. And that be done, Where are the manila clams? Sorry, not manila clams, the computer parts. None of them are spawning? It's crazy. Doesn't mirror. Yeah. Evening. I guess it is kind of evening. I don't know, it's still, I'd say it's late afternoon. I'd say it doesn't turn evening till 5, but, agree to disagree, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like doctors are generally pretty good at this. It's like, we both know that I'm the patient, you're the doctor, we both know what we're here for. Let's just get this done, they're busy people, they don't have time for all the chit-chat necessarily, and I'm sure if I was an extremely kind and courteous and sociable, funny person, I could brighten up their day by having a conversation, but, they might not always want that. Sometimes they just want to be like, please, just move on, lady. I've got, like, 50 other patients to see today or something. Okay, maybe 50 is a bit high, but, some extraordinary amount, and I'm just like, fair enough, I'm just going to go, I'm just going to be here and then leave. I'm not going to waste any more of your time than need be. And, I think that's a good thing going on. Now, mind you, if the doctor I'm seeing or whoever is particularly chatty and wants to socialise and say stuff, of course I'll reciprocate it. Most of the time, no, or kind of. I'll do my best to, but to be honest, most of the time when I'm going into the doctor, and I'm not I'm not in the mood to socialise, but I'm not in, like, the mindset to socialise, if that makes sense. Which, I don't know, for some people that doesn't make sense, or some people you'll be like, mood. No, wait, hold on, mood as in, like, I agree, not mood as in some sort of patronising remark about me seeing my mood. But, like, getting ready for social events. Is my microphone a bit low down? Hold on, let me raise it up slightly. But it's like, I'm going in with the expectation that the doctor is like, we're not here to chit-chat, but I'm still going to be, courteous and that sort of thing. We're going to be respectful of each other. We're just here to get something done, That's exactly it. And then, it sort of catches you off guard when the doctor's like, all really chatting and that sort of things. Which just happened twice. Like, once I had an injection. No, once an injection. And, like, up in Yorkshire. Quite far away. And then, like, the doctor she was, like, so nice and chatty, but, like, obviously it was in Yorkshire, so I had a very long car journey to even get there in the first place, and I was just, like, exhausted. She was so chatty, and I was like, I feel really bad, but I was just like, yeah. I was so incredibly awkward. I was just tired. From that sort of thing. So yeah, she was lovely, and I'm like, you know, everyone wants, it didn't seem like we were busy because I was like the only one in the waiting room. We just walked in, and then I was like, oh, and it's like check-in, it was my appointment, blah blah blah. And then we were like, all right, have a seat. And I sat down for a minute. Bam, straight into the appointment. I don't know, maybe they're bored, but maybe I got an administrative work to do. Maybe she was like, oh, you're my only client for today. I don't know, she didn't tell me. But did we get a computer pop? Oh my gosh, my chair just dropped downwards. That gave me a heart attack. I just suddenly sunk. Okay, well now I'm about 2 centimeters closer to the ground. Where on earth did you come from, Harry? I was just like, yeah, I mean, that's fine, like, completely fine. And another time I had a blood test in, like, a hospital locally. And the person I was talking to, I think I talked about this recently, actually, she was lovely, she was so chatty all the time, and I was like, oh. This is nice, you know? But that's not the assumption I go in. Like, it's even worse if I go, if you go in and it's just like, oh, this, I don't know, the doctor's horrible or something, which has only happened once, like, because I have, not frequent shoulder dislocations. If you don't know, I'm double jointed, which means I'm hypermobile, and sometimes my joints can pop out kind of easily, kind of, depending on the situation. And I was dislocated my shoulder quite a few times, so I had to go to physiotherapy a few times for it. That physiotherapist, I'm not gonna make snap judgments, but I think she was just having a bad day, to be honest. But she wasn't like rude, but she was just sort of very, like, unbelievably blunt, to the point where I was like, okay. Like, it's one thing to be matter-of-factly, whatever. There's another thing to just be like, you know. I felt like she's just like, you know, she didn't want to deal with me, which is, you know, fair, understandable. And I'd imagine when you're a doctor, you see a lot of patients who are absolute nightmares or nuisances to deal with, and you don't want to deal with them. But I felt like I was just a very neutral influence on my life. You know, I wasn't being like, oh, you don't know anything, or I wasn't being like antagonistic or anything. I just said hi, agreed to know that sort of thing, you know, and you know, just the vibe I got, I suppose, which you might say it's probably not very conducive to just judge her based on a vibe you got. Well, it's not just a vibe, it's the vibe I got off of from what she was saying. Okay, my chair is like sunk way low down now. I'm like 30 centimeters smaller than it was before. Go back up. If my chair sinks again, then my chair sinks again. Oh, now the chair arms are caught under the desk. So yeah, it was just like, it wasn't like hostile, it was just like, I suppose if I was interacting, well, I don't know, like a teacher who was like this, I'd just be like, I don't think I really like this teacher. That's probably how best to put it. Now in the end, like, I only had her like once as a physiotherapist, and she, you know, as I said, let's not make snap judgments. She probably just had a bad day. She probably, you know, got bad news. She just dealt with such an annoying patient beforehand. She didn't have the energy. Just, you know, put in like a good mood or anything. You know, fair enough. Completely respectable. Like, you're the one doing a great service. Here I am, just being a bit inconvenienced, I suppose, by being a patient. Well, I mean, saying that, let's not try and like victimize myself. There are no victims in this whole thing, you know. I was born with hypermobility and just, you know, insane flexibility, which comes at the cost of sometimes my joints might dislocate. And in this case, it's my right shoulder quite a lot. But still, and she probably just had a bad day, you know, and that sort of thing. So, but really, I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. Or I'm not even making a mountain out of it. I'm just sort of talking about it, I suppose. If anything, like, believing me, I'm not like holding this with any regard. I'm not. It doesn't keep me up at night. I'm like, oh, this one physiotherapist was like kind of not as nice as the other physiotherapist I had before. How dare she? Hello, Lily. What's up? You're bright up there, so I have a favour to ask you. Could you catch me a paper kite butterfly? Sure. If we can find one, we'll do my best to. As far as I know, there's no consequences for fading. I was going to say commission, not commission. What's the word? A favour that a villager asks you. So yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't keep me up all night and night or anything. That this physiotherapist was a bit more less sociable, because all the other physiotherapists are really nice. Like, I had this woman once, the first one I had, she was lovely. I was really awkward. And then I had another guy, and that same dislocation period, I suppose. he was fine, he was cool. The third time, a third physiotherapist was like this training student, I think she was. She was lovely, she was extraordinarily bubbly, I'm not gonna lie. Lots of energy, but still, yeah, she was probably my favourite. She was just really easy to talk to. I like entertaining people who are easy to talk to, I suppose. I suppose, you know, now I think about it, that's probably not so much a defining trait, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I like people who are easy to talk to and also entertaining. But I suppose that the measures of that are different for every single person. I suppose I like people who bring a contrast to my personality but still synergize well with it, you know? Like, I have a very measured... Oh, we don't have a slingshot. I have a very measured, like, calm, chill sort of mentality. I like someone who brings up the energy a little bit more, you know? Brings a little bit of spice, you know? A different spice, you know? You don't want too much of the same flavour or something in a recipe. You want a little bit of spice, you want a bit of, like, I don't know, paprika... What, I was going to say cayenne pepper, that's not what I wanted. Cumin, you know, a bit of salt, pepper. You know, you don't just want, like, 50 milligrams of kosher salt or whatever. I guess 50 milligrams is quite a lot of spice for a spice mix, but still. You know, you just want conversation to be cool. And then, like, my last physiotherapist, he was alright, you know. He was, like, a swell guy. We just, like, it's not like we didn't get along. I can't remember what even happened. I felt like, probably by that point, I was like, oh, I'm just so sick of physiotherapy. Why do I keep dislocating my shoulder? Stupid badminton. No, I've got nothing against badminton. I love playing badminton. I wish I could play it more, but, you know, it's extraordinarily high risk of dislocating my shoulder whenever I play it, so let's not take that risk. Badminton and tennis for those two. What are we doing? Ah, I see what we're doing. We are putting stuff down so we can make way for this winter forest. I suppose we should check all the flowers, the other forests as well, see how the flowers are coming along, because it rained yesterday. There's going to be a lot of perhaps duplicated flowers everywhere, like this purple hyacinth, which should not be here. No, I missed. I tried to catch some fog once. I missed. Do we need to customize a shovel? We might need to. Okay, we'll do it after we dig up these autumn flowers. Yeah, what was I saying? I don't know. We don't need any more red flowers, right? I think so. From what I recall. Unfortunately, we only seem to have gotten red flowers. Oh, no, we got purple mum down there. Yeah, I don't know. What's this conversation about? What was I talking about? I don't remember. Like clerk interactions, I guess? That sort of thing. Like cashier. Social interactions. Civil interactions. Oh, that's a great name, great title for it. Civil interactions. Because, you know, it's like this kind of the civil service. It's not really civil service, it's more like, in fact, I don't even know what it is. We can't put a hyacinth or mum here. We've only got hyacinths and mums. In fact, far too many hyacinths and mums. So much we can't put any of them down. Got another red mum. What is this? Some sort of mother's convention at a hyacinth store? I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Really. Never great at punchlines, I suppose. I just sort of good at saying whatever comes to the top of my head. Yeah, no. I'm trying to think if I've ever had like a store clerk interaction with like a cashier where I'm just like, wow, this person has blown me away. You know, most of them have just been like, they checked me out. No, wait, hold on, not like that. They were like, wait, no, check out is not even the right word. No, yeah, it is check out. No, cash out. Wait, what? What's the right word? They rang me up. There we go. Wait, hold on, that's also not what I meant. Oh, whatever. You know what I mean. You know, they performed the transactional service of sale. Sale. What's wrong with me? It's a very inhuman way to talk. You know, they just like, I paid for my items. They gave me a receipt or whatever, or asked me if I wanted a receipt, and I just walked away. You know, it's a very neutral clerk interactions, which is, you know, kind of optimal, if anything. Nothing more, nothing less. You don't need anything more, anything less. But I am trying to think. There's probably been one time where I'm just like, wow, this store clerk was hilarious or something. I can't say it's particularly often. I can't say if I think that's a good thing yet or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's Maybelline. But yeah, it's sort of like, yeah, I mean, that's just kind of it. I mean, I suppose I had a fortunate job of I've never had to be, customer service, no, not customer service, the service industry, is that right? Something like that, anyway. I'm trying to think what the right word is for, like, cashiers and that sort of job, but I really can't think. But yeah, I had a fortunate situation of never having to work in that sort of industry, so, you know, I haven't had to deal with annoying customers or anything of the like, but, you know, even still, I do my best to obviously be a courteous customer who is not a pain to work with. Not to work with, but to serve, I guess. Oh, why did I dig that up? This is meant to be clear. J'oubliais, j'oubliais. So then we'll have a path going across here. What's it going to do with a drunken sailor? What you gonna do with a drunken sailor? We can't put a hyacinth there because we will have no flower else to plant. Down, down, and up she rises. Sorry. Transitioning into sea shanties now. Oh, don't you know? I'm a sea shanty channel. Just to pick up on my latest. Oh, hello, Jacob's Ladder. To pick up on my latest TikTok trend. It's not really latest. I think it's quite kind of old hat now, isn't it? But sea shanties are great. Oh, ho, and up she rises. You like that flawless interpretation of a sea shanty? But yeah, I mean, obviously, you want whoever your cashier or clerk is to be respectful and that sort of thing. But you know, do people really go to the shop being like, oh, "This is what I'm looking for"? Like, I've been dying for this store interaction. You know, okay, maybe in like these recent days, maybe because you know, being locked up inside and all that is kind of, I suppose, a social battery drain. Pretty bad for people who recharge their social battery by recharge their batteries by hanging out with people. I suppose fortunately for me, I don't, so haven't had to feel that drag. But yeah, what was I saying? I don't know. I'm sure there's people who go to the shops and be like, man, I can't wait to interact with a cashier and have friendly conversations. I'm not saying that's a bad thing or anything, you know, more power to you. I'm just sort of like, wow. I can't imagine myself ever doing that. Which I don't know if that's a scary thought or not. It sort of raises a question, how much human interaction do you require? What can we even put here? Nothing. Alright, nice. Yo ho and up she rises, yo ho and up she rises. This can be a hyacinth. Forgive me, hyacinth. For I have sinned. What was I saying? I don't know. Probably wasn't important. I was going to take forever to actually sort out all these flowers. That's all we're doing with it. It's because it took God ever so long for us to get Emma's computer parts or phone parts or whatever. But yeah. I don't know, maybe that's something I should do, you know? Just, because, you know, there's that streamer or something, I can't remember, like, saw on like a Reddit post or an article that she, like, opened up her own convenience store or something. That's the sort of thing I would want to do if I was, like, as big as those big streamers or whatever. Just, like, do things like that, you know? Exciting jobs. Not exciting jobs, but, like, because the drudgery, I suppose, of any job comes when you do it over and over and over again. So really, you gotta have a strong passion for it if it's something to keep you going the entire time. Okay, we like need to move this rose. That's not a rose. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I need. Yeah, it's the drudgery of doing it over and over again, unless you have a real strong passion for it. In which case, the drudgery probably doesn't come, or at least it doesn't come nearly as often. What can we even go here? A rose? A rose can go here. What can go here? No. What can go here? Windflower. No. Hyacinth. Hyacinth. Oh, we got hyacinth. Yo ho and up she rises. Yo ho and up she... What can go here? Nothing. Tulip? Lily. And here in the corner we'll put, I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. 'Cause I'll keep dancing on my own. We'll go here. Rose? Nope. Windflower? Nope. Pansy? Private pansy. I say that every time. Why do I say that every time? The lasting influence My Little Pony's apparently had on me. What can we put here? A rose? No. Can we put rose? No, we can't put rose here. What do we even have? We have windflower and a rose. Can we put rose here? And we could put a windflower nowhere. Here. Apparently we need more hyacinths now. Who would have thunk it? It's quite the nuisance trying to figure out this weird tessellating pattern we've made up. Is tessellating the right word? I mean, I guess it is technically, but it's sort of like doesn't feel right. I was taking all my concentration to figure out which plants can go where. Oh, I even messed it up. A tulip can't go here. Has to be a rose. Or doesn't have to be. I suppose it could be a lily, but we don't have any. Which almost sounded like a rhyme. Oh, we need to put these trees down as well, don't we? That'll probably be easier to figure out once we put this stuff down. Okay, so where are we going to put a tree? Let's clear out this path. And then we can figure out from here. What was I saying? I don't know. Yeah, no. I mean, I feel like if I knew I was working as a cashier or something, and it wasn't my main job, like that streamer did or whatever, it'd probably be a lot easier to bring a lot more cheerful attitude, you know, that sort of thing, rather than being like, oh gosh, I hope I don't have to deal with someone who's gonna try and do something crazy like use an expired coupon or whatever today, and then inevitably it happens, and you're just like, ah, because like, what else do you do? Nothing to do but sigh. Nothing to... Oh. It is theirs but to do and die, you know? Charge of a Light Brigade? Tennyson? Ever read it? Because I have for my English class, and that makes me better than you. No, it doesn't. I'm joking. Don't take what I said for word. Wait, what? Don't take what I meant as... What? Don't take what I said as what I actually think. Is what I meant to say. We can put Rose here. And now we got to think. We gotta think what we got. Where can we put a Christmas tree? Oh no, I forgot. Where could it go? I suppose we can move the snowman into the corner. The snowman's in the corner, watching you kiss her. Oh, you know what? Why don't we move this tulip? And we'll have a little path go up here. Like a sneaky path, you know? Sneaky beaky like. So let's put a big festive tree down. We got... What do you mean there's no room? You trying to monopolise all the space, are you? Something like this. I mean, you got like a little path over here. I guess we can move the snowman down. Over here might make a bit more sense because now we got nothing over here. Oh no, the sled was going to go here. I don't know, the snowman can also go here, I suppose. Snow woman. And there's no children too. Let's see. Guess we'll plant another one here. Let's try not bury the festive trees. We want to just litter them around. No, I think there should be a small one and a big one should be in the middle probably. Now I'm looking at it. Otherwise it looks a bit too uneven, doesn't it? IMO. Whether that's an astute observation or not is, I suppose, not really up to me. But we can replace this part, I think. Didn't mean to replace that one. I meant to go down one. We're going to replace, not these four, maybe. These four? Yeah, let's do these three, in fact. And we'll put the Christmas tree here. Hey, do you know that filling in a hole with a shovel doesn't actually reset, change its durability or lower its durability? Didn't know that. But now I do. But now I do. Sorry. Should probably stop busting out in song every few seconds. I wish I could sing, like, well, you know? So it'd be so good just to, like, bust out in song all the time. I guess I'd feel less bad about it. Get rid of this hyacinth. Move this tree upwards and replace this flower with tulips. And then we sell all the others, because I don't think we need any more. We're running on a bit long, but it's fine. We got lots of flowers to be sorting out where they go, so... Where they go, so... Where they go, so... Well, what's a scenario? Could put blue rose in the corner here. I'm in the corner. Okay, enough of that. So that needs to be a blank space. I got a blank space. Okay, apparently I'm just non-stop singing songs today. Oh, we've got all these other flowers to sort out. You know what? Whatever. I'll sort them out tomorrow. It's been too long today. We got all these white flowers to sell. And then, I don't know. I guess we don't need any more white flowers, huh? So I guess tomorrow we'll be sorting out our garden again. But for now, if you have been watching, and if you've been working as like a shop clerk or anything like that, you have my respect for being able to deal with it on a daily basis and that sort of thing. And mind you, I'm only one person, but I'm doing my best to treat you with courtesy and respect. But, as I hope everyone does, to be honest. If you have been watching, thank you very much for some Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscriptions, and shares greatly appreciated. Join my Discord and follow me on Twitter down below. I hope we can see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now. Where's my stop recording? Where's my mouse? Here it is.